Very short break. As I told you earlier, this is the IUFM Schools Competition 2024, the first edition. And I want to introduce to you, first of all, my judges that I'm going to be having tonight. We have Judge Nachigude Shakira. Judge Nachigude Shakira is a teacher by profession. She's a former student of Islamic University in Uganda, in the Faculty of Education. Can you put your hands together for Judge Nachigude Shakira? The other judge is Judge Mtao Godfrey. Judge Mtao Godfrey is the national judge of the National Debate Council. He's a lawyer working with the Wakosese Company Advocates. Godfrey is a former student of Islamic University in Uganda in the Faculty of Law. Put your hands together for Judge Godfrey Mtao. And then I want also to introduce to you our schools that are competing today. The first school is Bilal Islamic High School. Bilal Islamic High School has the following as the debaters: Chigona Sibawai. Okay. And then Cheptai Mudathir. Thank you. Mujumbi Sobra. Thank you. And then the others are Namayanja Hidaya, Karema Isham, and then Nambozo Anisha. Those are from Bilal Islamic High School. Then from the proposer side, we have Hamdan Girls High School from the proposer side, right? Proposers. Right. Nafuma Aida, thank you. And then Namono Fatuma, Kabahuma Jerry, Nambozo Saidat, Mutonye Hamida, and then Subo Mase Namaye. Those are from Hamdan Girls High School. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to hand the mic to the judges for the briefs, the rules, and how we are going to be moving in this debate. Judge Godfrey, you take the lead.
Thank you very much, management of IU and the organizers for this debate championship. We have two schools racing, that is Hamdan and Bilal. The resolution is, does media representation influence gender perception among the youths? I hope that is the resolution you all have. Sometimes you go and judge a debate and people have different resolutions. We're going to judge this debate together with my friend Shakira. We're going to use cow paper format of debate. Cow paper format of debate has 3 participants: first speaker, second speaker, and third speaker. And we're going to judge this debate basically on 3 things. Knowledge on the topic. Do you have knowledge? Do you have the content on the topic that is at hand? And 2, interpretation of the resolution. So can you be able to tell us, the judges, how well versed you are? Sometimes students have a resolution, but they debate another resolution. So we expect you to be on point, and that is why we're going to award most of the marks. So we'll be attentively listening to how you first speakers, first affirmative and first negator, really interpret for us this resolution at hand. And third, we shall look at your expression style. Of course, that is expression style and how you present out your knowledge and the interpretation that you have. So we expect you to keep time, be able to present in 7 minutes. We direct you on the aspect of cross-examination for those of you who are not sure if you have knowledge in cow paper. Did I? Yeah, I think that's good. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want to now usher in this debate to you, management, and proceed. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Judge Godfrey. Can we have Judge Shakira?
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Welcome, salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
I've been introduced, but I'll repeat. My name is Nachigude Shakira. I've been a former debater in high school and at campus, and I've judged several debates. So I want our competitors today to be sure of a free and fair judgment of these debates. And I hope we all know that winning doesn't come as an individual. It is going to be a team. You have to have teamwork, you have to have organization, and you have to research enough. And then you have to have discipline in this debate. We all have the rules. I think they will send
Media representation has influenced the gender perceptions towards employment in the way that it has portrayed women and men who have successfully started as their own businesses, and this has inspired a lot of women and men to pursue entrepreneurship and economic empowerment. An example is the lady called Julian Omala, who is the owner of Delight Limited, Uganda's largest juice manufacturing factory. Allow me submit my evidence, the images, to the judges. She's that lady in the image who is the owner of Delight Limited, Uganda's largest manufacturing juice factory. So she has inspired a lot of women that they can also start up their own businesses outside there. So I would like to go on my next view, and that is creativity and innovation. Media representation has influenced the gender perceptions towards creativity and innovation by promoting diverse and inclusive representation. Media has inspired the youth to embrace creativity and innovation regardless of gender, either male or female. And this is how it has prepared them for a future where diversity and inclusivity are valued. And one of the people who have inspired the ladies and the male outside there, the gender, is a lady called Emily. Allow me submit the evidence to the judges. That lady is known as Emily, a 22-year-old girl, an engineering student who innovated our solar power system to her village, to her community, where they were facing scarce electricity, a problem of electricity. So she innovated together with her team, they innovated a solar system for their community. And the other last example about creativity is that the media has portrayed people who are very creative. They are the people who have prospered. The people who have prospered in entrepreneurship, and they have taught the youths outside there on how they can prosper with their creative ideas. And the other is, I would like to continue explain to the media that to the audience and the judges that media representation has influenced gender perceptions towards gaining skills. We are all here to agree that the media has shaped the skills of the youths in the way that it has portrayed gender stereotypes like women and men who have highlighted the youths outside there, some of them who have failed to do something to their community, and it has portrayed to them these people who have taught them about their careers. For example, a TV program called on NTV called The Career Guide, which is presented by Edwin Katamba. This TV program here, the Career Guide, it has hosted a lot of entrepreneurs outside there who have prospered, and they have taught the youths on different careers and the way they can conquer these careers outside there. And it has prepared them to also have knowledge, the skills on how to conquer all the careers, almost all of them. It has not just left that only the men should do this and this. It has not given them only the skills for men but also women. An example is the program on MTV, and this program is called The Debaters. It is presented by Patrick Kamara. This improves the influence in this program is it improves public speaking. The people outside there, the youths outside there, the male or female outside there, they are eager, they are influenced by these people, these boys and girls debating. Just for example, the way we are doing right now, we are debating. People outside there who are listening, they will get a skill of public speaking and a skill of critical thinking. Then lastly, they will get a skill of argumentation skills. So the media, such as the radio stations, just like IU, has influenced the gender outside there, the youths outside there to also be so creative in the way that they can change things in their community. And the other is, I continue by saying the media has influenced the gender perceptions towards education. In the way that I hope we remember during the lockdown. That this media helped in promoting education. It showed the youths that they should always prioritize education as their first priority. An example is the Education Forum that is presented by Sylvia Owori on UBC TV. It has brought very many people who have prospered and they have educated themselves. So they teach these youths on different topics. So that's the reason why we are here. So I rest my case by saying media has influenced a lot of youths on positive. Okay, thanks. The media has influenced a lot of youths in the way that it has influenced their perceptions towards dressing code. We can all agree that the media has a hand in poor dressing, which has led to many crimes, like rape, defilement, and many others, in the way that it has portrayed different people and how they are dressing poorly, like Shiba, Winnie Waji, who poorly dress and influence the gender. We cannot deny that media has done that. But then we agree that this very media has brought up programs, TV programs, and radio shows and radio programs that have helped to sharpen the dressing code of the youths. I would like to submit my evidence to the judges. As we continue about dressing code, there is a program on TV, on a radio called Radio Islam, which teaches about the dressing code of the Muslims and the dressing code of the youths. And this program is called Dressing with Modesty.
You have 40 seconds to go.
Okay, thanks. I would like to rest my case by saying thanks the moderator, the judges, and all the competitors. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Thank you so much, Mr. Mdathir from Bilal Islamic High School. He's been the first on the floor from the proposer's side. At this moment, I think we need to move on. Is there anything that you want to ask in terms of cross-examination? And we have members from the Hamdan cross-examination. Please take on the mantle.
We'll ask it one time, 1 minute. There is what we call prep time.
Okay.
Preparing class.
I said, please don't shake that table. Just stand firm. Even when you stand here, you'll be able to be heard. Okay?
I take this opportunity to wish everyone a good day right now.
You introduce yourself.
Nafma Aida. Dear Honorable, the previous minutes, you talked about media as you were explaining. Could you please explain the word media, because you can't use the very word media to explain what you're trying to show to the attendants.
Let's use this microphone.
Okay, thank you. You have just asked me about media. Media refers to just different platforms, just like the TV, radio stations, and newspapers.
Okay. You talked about creativity.
Use the microphone. Use the microphone.
You talked about creativity and innovation. Before we go further, are you aware that there are also other factors amidst media that promote creativity and innovation? Answer me with a yes or a no.
Yes.
Thank you. You also talked about the idea of the media bringing about critical thinking. Are you aware that critical thinking itself is another factor that leads to gender perceptions among the youth? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. You also talked about the dressing code that's being promoted via the media. You gave an example of Shiba. Are you aware that no one loves anyone for no good reason, and the environment is part of the poor dressing code currently? Yes or no?
Yes.
Thank you. That's all.
Right, thank you. Is there anyone else? That's all. Okay, speak to the one person. Thank you so much. And at this time, I want to call upon Hamdan Gao.
Thank you. Thank you, the moderator, the table of judges, the competing bodies,
You
the
introduce yourself.
the negators and their farmers. Kabahuma Sheru Sharifa, Hamdan School. Before going any further, allow me introduce the team I've moved with. I myself, Kabahuma Sheru Sharifa, Nandudu Hafswat, and Nafuma Aida. That's my team. Before me starting, I would like to inform you that the falling of the yellow leaves is a warning to the green ones. A good name is better than riches. A drunkard's purse is a bottle. Rumors is a quick traveler. I am a negator saying that the resolution that we were given, I'm totally saying it's a no. The resolution is, does media representation influence gender perception among the youth? I'm saying no. Media representation does not influence gender perceptions among the youth. Allow me first explain the keywords in the resolution. First of all, gender is a fact of being male or female. Representation is the way that somebody or something is shown or described. Media are the communication outlets or tools used to store and deliver information. Influence, the power to affect or change or control somebody or something. Perceptions, the ability to notice or understand something. Youth is a period when someone is between the age of 18 to 35. And then media representation refers to how these other social media platforms portray particular groups or communities and experiences. Gender representation refers to the portrayal of individuals based on their gender or sex of various contexts. Gender representation in media refers to how gender plays a role in mass media and portrayed within media platforms. As a indicator who is saying that media representation does not influence gender perceptions among the youth, I say, to a lesser extent, media representation influences gender perception, but to a larger extent, other factors influence gender perception. First of all, the first factor that influences gender perception is environment. Environment influences gender perception to a larger extent. If we're counting percentages, that is to 93 degrees. Most of our social media platforms, we have come out seeing that most people using these social media platforms are the youth. And 93% of the youth right now in the 21st century, 2024, are using media to get different contexts and different information. But when it comes to environment, these things have been there since the 1990s. that different people have inspired different people to do things because of environment. Even if you have a role model who you want to, a role model who, like, you want to become like that role, like that person when you grow old, but because of environment, you can change your mind. Because when it comes to family these days, which is part of environment, family these days has reached an extent that you would like to become a doctor, but because of their ideas, they know that doctors, there is high competition of jobs in Uganda, particularly, they'll tell you, go for another course. And that's environment, changing your mind about what? Gender perception. Because they'll tell you, for example, in the late 1990s, they'll tell you you're a girl child, you cannot go for math and science. That's what? That's environment. They'll tell you because you're a boy, then you can't go and do law. How does a boy child do law? Because they have it in mind that literature, divinity, Islam is done by girls. And they can't allow you, a boy child, to do law because you can't go for those subjects.
You have 3 minutes to go.
Thank you. And then the other factor that influences gender perception is critical thinking. Some of us don't see these people doing their things. For example, how my opponent said it, that because of this lady the one who owns the biggest juice making company right now, I can't just see that lady and I just fall for her characters. But after me sitting down and thinking about it, I will think about it and be like, how many people are making juice in Uganda? If you're to go in percentage, that has been a business for now. It's now for everyone. A Vakist is making juice. A P7 liver is making juice. Then I'll be like, why can't I make a change? Because of my critical thinking, I would not go for that. I would find something else creative to do. And then, one of the evidence shows us, for example, if we are to say that media has led to gender perceptions, one of the evidence shows us that the average person spends 1 hour and 40 minutes per day on social media. This evidence, I got it from the Teen Social Media Usage Status 2024, because this is something current. An average person will spend 1 hour and 40 minutes. So if I'm spending 1 hour and 40 minutes, that means I'm not going to learn a lot from social media. A lot I'm going to learn it from the environment, the people around me, my friends, the peers I move with. That's where I'm going to get more of the information. Allow me rest my case.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
You have
Thank you, Mr. Moderator, for giving me this opportunity. One of the narrators was talking about the role models.
please use the microphone.
He talked about the role models, but our resolution is about gender representation. Has gender representation influenced as the media representation influenced the gender perceptions? We are talking about the role models. Can you tell me one of the role models which does not inspire the youth? Can you tell me one of the role models in Uganda today who cannot inspire the youth negatively?
Fellow negator, Honorable, sorry, I don't know the name. Like, I had you explaining something, and I tried to get to the question, but please, you've asked for a role model who inspires the youth negatively. I guess that question is wrong. So please try to put it right.
Madam Honorable, you talked about the processing juice in Uganda today. The lady was talking about is a lady who is having the largest processing juice factory in Uganda. We talked about different people making juice, but this lady has employed a lot of workers. How can you convince us today that a P7 child can even employ someone after making the juice? Because you talked about that today we have a lot of people making juice. So, and we want the influence on the media. How can you convince us today that this P7 child can even make juice and employ someone?
if you have to go back to the ranks in media, 93% of people are using media, going through YouTube, which teaches most of us a lot of stuff. So, you're trying to talk about this lady who is making juice. Yes, she would inspire most of the people. But imagine, let's leave the part of the P7 part of it, but I'm done with my Form 6. I don't have the money to take me to university. Would I be, with all those papers, the USCE and the UCE papers, would it be so fine for me? Do you think among the youth of today, if you talk about the current world, would any youth want to start up something like juice because they know this is something that will not develop quickly? So please, not everyone can inspire everyone. Everyone has their own taste in inspiration.
What this lady inspires a lot of Ugandans. Just that today, what we are after here, has it inspired us positively? You cannot tell me that this lady cannot inspire everyone, because this processing factory has more than 300 workers.
Excuse me. I thought you had come to ask a question or to explain something. Thank you, the judge.
Okay, thank you. Do you still have any other question?
I have.
Please ask.
My last question to you, we talk about the environment. Today, you are telling us about the doctor can tell you that there is no jobs today. How is it related to the media representation?
Thank you. I would like to clarify your understanding of the resolution. This resolution is talking about gender perception, not the people who are influencing us in the environment. So I'm trying to tell you, when I spoke about a doctor, I tried to tell you how the people take it in their mind that a girl can do a science combination, a boy can do a girl's combination. So for your side, please try to understand the resolution and know that the resolution is talking about gender perception, not all about the benefits of media. Thank you.
Right, thank you so much. We are talking about gender representation in media. Does the media representation influence gender perception among the young people or the youths? That is our topic tonight, and at this moment I want to call upon the next person from the proposer side. We talk about gender representation in media. Thank you, and you're welcome.
Debaters, plus the House at large. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My name is Mujum Biswa Brashamira. I'm affirming the resolution, whereby tonight you have the resolution, gender representation in media. And I pose the question to the House. Does media influence gender perception among the youth? I would like the House to agree with me that yes, media has influenced gender perception among the youth. First and foremost, I would like to add on what my colleague said about dressing code. Yes, I can agree that there is poor dressing code, but then there are other shows which they have brought up, like Emsazobutu on IUIU FM, presented by Abdul Hamid Impoza, teaching the youth about how they can dress Islamically at its advantage, and shows the advantages of poor dressing. Due to limited time, allow me to present my evidence. Besides, he also talked about employment, whereby we have the youth right by now. We have like the CB talkers, Patricia. Those are the youth in our country by now. They are using the media to get employed. Like when you post your videos, you have enough followers, you have likes, you'll start being paid. And besides, also a person may use you to them to make an advertisement. Being either that after making the advertisement, they will start to be paid. All that is due to media, because of those people that they are now using the media to be famous and also be employed. And also we have
advertisement. For now, we have an advertisement for MTN known as Osmosis. That advertisement is encouraging us, the youth, to work hard so that we can't be beggars, so that we can work hard and earn our own money rather than being beggars. So besides also that, my dear friends negators, you know that we are the regime of New Islam, whereby we need the media to improve on our critical thinking. But then I'm just wondering that you're saying that because of the media cannot influence us. And I think you're in the wrong place. Because this media, it can help us to improve on our critical thinking so that we can work very hard. We can go with this new culture rather than you're talking about the environment. These days now, we are in the regime of new culture. How will you use that new environment and yet it involves starting? Really, my dear friends, is it like that? If we are really normal, then we couldn't have said like that. And also we have, as here we have the judges. As they were introducing, they introduced there. So here we had the judge Sharifa, I think Shakira, something like that. So there are some people who are listening to this FM that have also admired her, since they have said that she was a famous debater. They really admired her, and them they will have to work hard and also be like her. Besides, there are also other kids outside there that are admiring us who are right now on IU FM. They will work hard and also come here. Oh, that is media. We are becoming famous. Also the judges have also become famous because of the media. So how can you tell me that this media has not influenced us? Really, sincerely speaking, that is not fair. So the house, we are farmers who are wanting you to agree with us that the media has influenced us, the youth.
You are halfway your time.
Because of the media, it has also enabled us to get our role models. For example, we have role models like Farida Nakasiwe, a journalist of NTV, who was the former journalist of NTV. She has advocated for gender equality and girl empowerment. All that is because of media. The way she dresses, the way she uses her language when addressing on the TV, all that is because of media. And as I myself, once I look at her, there she's Islamically dressed, the way she's addressing the news, the way she's talking, her confidence, I'll also get that chance to work hard, admire, and also be like her, rather than telling me the environment, so what? Commitment makes a difference. Now, people are there on the environment, you're saying that there is job difficulty for looking. You know that these days, because of the media, someone can forge up something, he comes up with it, posts it so that he can get people who can again innovate him or her. That has helped us really. And we're talking about the environment for those days. Sure, that's those days, but not these days. So we are in new culture, my dear friends, we just ask you that we want you to agree with us that this media has influenced us, the youth. Right now, people are outside listening us. All this is because of media. So now tell me, how is the environment working for you now? If then you're saying that there is also environment. Me, what I'm trying to ask, please, the house, I beg you to come and agree with us that we, the affirmatives, we made a good research. We didn't just come over from nowhere that you are saying that yes, media has influence. We first made a critical research to come up with this, and we support this motion. So we normally say, please, the house, come and agree with us, the affirmatives, that media has influenced us, the youth, besides not living education. We have the presenter like Sylvia Ori, program education from on NTV, discusses various education topics and issues, positively influencing the youth and encouraging youth to prioritize education and address challenges in the sector. All that is education. Once they teach us like this, we shall get something, improving on our thinking capacity. All that is because of education. And also the media, which has enabled the education to be seen. So Thank you very much. I'll rest my case.
Okay. Thank you so much. All right, thank you so much. You have 3 minutes.
Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity that has been given to me again. Thank you, Honorable, for all that you've told us. First and foremost, I would like to ask, yes, your fellow spoke about stereotypes. I would request you to define the word stereotypes.
Okay, thank you then. Stuart, actually, my colleague talked about them. I don't know where your attention was. Then it's better I got another question.
I wanted the answer, not to get who, because I know who spoke about it. And thank you, I know you're not sure of it. And then, please, I would like to inform you that, do you know that you're opposing your fellows when you come and talk about the point of your fellows, saying that he spoke about dressing code that some of the people are putting on shirt clothes, and you're still saying this dressing code is not bad, instead of supporting your fellows. Did you know that, yes or no?
As you're going to speak, please don't shake that microphone. Just speak from wherever you are and we'll pick you.
For that case,
Yes or no?
no.
Do you know that your the resolution is talking about how does media representation influence gender perception? But did you know that among all the examples you've given unto us here, as those you've given to the judges, most of them are the ladies, and every point of yours you're supporting the ladies, but not talking about, for example, what is gender? Gender is male or female. You're not talking about both of the sides. So please, do you know that you're not understanding the resolution? Yes or no?
I would like to say I understood it, but since I'm a lady, why should I support that? Besides, I'd like to say that I'll support myself, that I'm a lady. So girls these days, we should also be on top. Yes.
So indirectly saying media representation does not influence gender perception. Please understand what you're talking about. Don't talk about the advantages of media. We are talking about gender representation.
Okay,
Thank you.
so much. We've run out of time. Your 3 minutes are over, and ladies and gentlemen, the bell when it rings. The moment it rings, you stop.
I think our fellows, the ones we're debating with, are kinda not very well aware of the resolution. Really, how can you say that youth nowadays takes only female? Don't you know that youth means the age between 18 and 35, and even the male, they also undergo that age bracket? One of the affirmers talked of the new curriculum, that the media, she said that the media is so much helping in the new curriculum. But my dear, do you realize that our teachers are telling us that we develop a problem from the environment, then the media just comes in to help on what already you have developed from the environment? I think you were not so listening when the teacher was explaining that part. And you also talked of the good dressing code, but really, do you want to say that only those who are dressing well are on media in the environment don't have them? Do you want to tell me that what I'll hear from the radio, I'll take it more than what I'm seeing in the environment? I think you needed to support your point more, but of which you did. I would like to continue from where my fellows ended. We were explaining some of the factors that have led to the different gender perceptions among the youth. They mentioned some of them, and I'm continuing. Among the factors that influence we, the youth, that influence our perceptions, is peer pressure. I may be having an idea, yes, but then it can be changed, because No man is an island. I can't be alone. I'll always have some members around me, of which, at least if at all, I have an idea. If I share it with them, there's a way they'll advise me and there's a way they'll help me either develop it or, but don't tell me that it's only and only media. You're kind of wrong because not all people access media. Another factor is our families, where we come from. You talked of media, radios. Do you think that everybody accesses media to develop that critical thinking? What? No. Even in our families, our parents can advise us, please don't do this, please change to the other thing, this dressing code is bad, please you change and wear like this. We talked of dressing codes of which even some religions.
Don't touch it.
Among the factors that influence the gender perceptions is also culture. We have different cultures, you and I.
Be firm. Don't touch the microphone. Don't remove yourself from the podium.
We have different cultural norms which dictate different gender roles, of which if I'm a girl, I'll not go to the media in order to know that as a girl I have to work hard, I have to maybe welcome visitors, kneel down. No, I'll get it from home. Not that it's media, not that all what we are doing now is from media. So, my dear affirmers, do you want to lie me that those who can't access media, what they think of, whether bad or good, they just do it. They don't have any source of where they can change their mind. They just, whatever comes in the mind, they do it. I think you were somehow wrong. We also have the same critical thinking. You talked of it, but you brought it, I don't know, there's a way you brought it, but here critical thinking is another idea that changes someone's perception. If I know that, if at all I think of something, and then I'll get one idea about it, but when I sit and think more, I'll develop more ideas about that thing. Don't tell me that I'll go to media to know. I can sit as a person and I come to understand something. It's not only and only media that does that. And you also talked of AP7. My fellow affirmer told you AP7 dropout can make this, and you were like, no, she can't. I don't know how you supported it, but she can, because it's not only media that brings different ideas into us. The environment was there, the parents was there. The parents were there. They advised her. She can. Don't think that without media, I will not go and make juice. Those are skills we get from the environment. Just like I said in the new curriculum, we identify a problem from the environment. The media just comes in at a least extent to just help and develop that idea. But already what made it come in was the environment. Thank you.
Right, thank you. We're almost out of time, just 40 seconds to go. Can I invite? Don't touch the microphone, don't lean on the podium.
Thank you, the moderator, for giving me this opportunity. My dear friend, my dear honorable, you talked about media representation influencing gender perceptions. Could you please explain to me the meaning of the word perception?
Perception. Gender perception. Perception is some, like, how do you perceive, how do you understand, how do you think about something.
Thank you. Okay, you talked about the environment influencing the gender. Can you please explain to me the meaning of the word environment?
Yeah, it was a big word, you couldn't understand it unless I break it down. There are very many things in the environment, of which I mentioned one. Our families are our environment, they are surrounding us. So our parents coming in and changing my idea about dressing like Shiba, she told me, no, my daughter, don't dress like that. That's environment, and it has changed my perception of what I was going to do, and I'm now changing to dress like my parents are saying, of which my parents is in my environment.
So, Honorable, you are saying environment shortly means the things around man, around us. So don't you think media is also something around man, surrounding the mankind?
Yeah. Yes.
Or no?
Yes, it is there. But remember, we said it is a man, but at the least extent.
Okay, don't you think the reason as to why my colleague talked about defending the ladies, don't you think the ladies were taken to be the inferiors and men to be superiors? So can you explain to us how the environment will show us how the ladies are also superiors, not while not through the media?
We talked of a lot, and I didn't really get the question you're talking about.
Okay, thank you. I think you may not understand my question for now.
Okay, thank you very, very much. That has been Abdad Gow's high school.
Delegators around, and also affirmatives. My name is Chief Justice. I'm here to affirm the resolution. Actually, my colleague talked about role models in Uganda. Role models in Uganda today, media representation has influenced the youth through role models. Today, we have role models like our president of Uganda, our vice president of Uganda. She's a good leader, and she is a role model to our society. We have ladies like the Speaker of Parliament, Anita Among, has also influenced the media and influenced the youth to also, the female youth, to become the my colleague also talked about dressing code. Today, media representation and influence the dressing code through. Today, we are having musicians like Shiba Karunji. The way they are presented in the media is negatively, but through programs like programs shown in the media about presented by Farida, this shows that this Shiba Karunji has influenced the youth negatively. But these programs came in and also expressed that a youth should not dress like Shiba Karunji. So Shiba Karunji is not influencing us negatively. But when you come to Farida, Farida has influenced us positively and showing us how to dress and live the dressing code of Shiba. My colleague also talked about creativity and innovation. Today we are having creativity has also influenced gender perceptions. Today you find a student drop out from school, but because of gender media representation influences the youth, and we have today we have new curriculum. They have introduced projects at school. You find today students, they know how to make soap, they know how to make also liquid soap. When someone is impressed that education today is also part of creativity, she will be embraced and love education. And this will make him creative, get the theoretical part and also practical part. My colleague also talked about gaining skills. Today, media representation has influenced the gender perceptions through gaining skills. Today, we are having a lot of skills represented by the media. For example, this lady called Amara, who the largest, this lady having the largest juice processing factory. This lady has made a lot of women and also men to gain skills of how to make business, because it's not running one business, but because of this media representation has influenced the gender perceptions, to create different businesses. Because this lady also runs a poultry farm, and also is the most of the first first food aid to Sudan. So this embrace and influence they use to know and get skills on how to create some businesses. My colleague also talked about employment. Today, the media representations, we have role models like Farida Nakazigwe is the TV presenter on NTV. This lady has influenced a lot of female ladies and give them strengths and also educate them about the programs on how to become a presenter. So this becomes a role model to the people, and after becoming a role model, you will be influenced to be a presenter. After being a presenter, you will become a good presenter after gaining skills from Farida. After gaining skills, you will look for a job and get a perfect job. So this employment, this media representation help us also gain through employment. Lastly, my colleague also talked about education, talked about advertisement. Today, media representation has guided us and also represented us. Today we are in IU FM. We are presented in the media, and this is advertising our school as Bilal and advertising our skills. Today we are having competition in debates, but through media representation, someone out there cannot know what is going on, but through media representation, majority of the youth today are now interested in what? In such programs. Advertisement has also embraced youth through, like today we're having IU. Today youth have strengths to come and advertise their product. For example, a school like Bilal, you cannot convince me today that you can go in Vidyale, to Kapchorwa, to Swam, to where? To go and advertise your school. It will become so tiresome. But because of media representation, this will make you so social, and the school will be known about in the whole country. So media representation has influenced also the general perception through advertisement. Advertisement also has made people like Shiba Karunji, the bad role models of Uganda, because her dressing code is not good. So this media representation, the way they advertise themselves, is not right in the media. So this also has influenced the youth negatively. Lastly, what I would like to end with is about employment. Today in Uganda, the youth are not influenced enough. Creativity and innovation. Through creativity and innovation, the youth are able to create their own jobs, self-employment. Today's youth can create, you find a youth also presenting on how to make soap, and this is creativity. After making this soap, he will sell and also get a living. This is all about self-employment. Today, media representation has influenced the gender perceptions through employment. For example, employment today, you find a school like Bilal Islamic High School. Majority of the people didn't know Bilal Islamic High School, but because of media representation, they are able to know and look for jobs and can apply for those jobs. So majority of the people are now employed in Bilal through media representation. So this media representation has also influenced the gender perceptions in employment. With those few remarks, allow me to rest my case. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
I take this opportunity to recognize the judges around, the moderator, the two competitive judges, and good afternoon, everyone. Hope you're all fine. The resolution today states that how does media representation influence gender perception among the youth? And I want to explain the resolution because that was done all by my colleagues. One of the farmers came up and told us something about the role models and criticized the point of my friend of environment being part of what makes role models. If we are to take a flashback, all our friends right now, if I'm to ask you when at your home, who is your role model? most of you, the percentage, I think it's 99%, leaving that 1% for those who don't want. You're going to tell me my mother. If not that, you're telling me your father. If not that, then I think when we brought in the side of the family, you never looked at what my friends were meaning. When we talk of family, these are the people whom you've grown up with. You've been looking at these people. Your mother is, you're seeing your mother doing this, you're seeing your father doing this. One is growing up knowing a woman does this, a man does this. But to a greater extent, families have come in to improve people's morals, as some of you say that media has done that for you. But it has completely been done by families. Don't forget the proverb of charity begins at home. Then another person was talking about advertisement. Have you forgotten about verbal communication? Because most of us, when we're talking of advertisement, when we enter this place, I remember looking at your uniforms. That's when I recognized that Bilal Islamic. But I never went to the media to know that Bilal Islamic exists. We've been hearing these rumors from people's mouth. Rumor is wildfire. Once I get to know something from someone's mouth, like Bilal Islamic exists, I will also tell someone Bilal Islamic exists, Hamdan Girls exist, this and such a school exists. So advertisement is not only done through media, but even through ourselves. I tell you so and so has begun a shop. You also tell me, I also had someone saying so and so has done what? Has built up a shop. So media is not the only thing that has brought out advertisement of various companies, but we have also got that through verbal communication. Then our colleague was talking about new curriculum. I'm not a new curriculum, but at least I see the new curriculum students at school. Teachers have tried to make them into groups, meaning one head is better than one. This one brings an idea, even this one brings. During that time when they're having idea discussion, I don't see like media coming in, but it's someone's idea. This one brings her idea, even this one brings her idea. Nothing like media coming in. Those are two heads that are better than one. Then, surprisingly, all their farmers have been coming on the side of the women, yet the very farmers who have been coming in, I saw some students here. Believe everyone saw them, right? So, if you come in and again start only defending one gender, then where are you leaving your side? Start fighting for yourselves. This is what we have been talking of the environment. This environment has brought out these two different genders in different categories where everyone is able to see that women are also here, even men are also here. Bringing in media to say that media has brought gender balance, nothing like gender balance via media. Gender balance has also been done in our environments where women have come up to do these groups among themselves. You normally see them doing some groups on weekends, even some occasions. They have decided to come up for themselves, not via the media, but themselves as the society. Then someone said about the creating someone said a point, like it brings critical thinking. But critical thinking is the very factor we are talking about. I'm going to take over an example where someone sits and says, what supports the heaven? Like seriously, if someone starts thinking of what supports the heaven, then they are doubting the what? The existence of God. Critical thinking has made very many people bring up various things. Not just the media, but their own thinking, critically. Critical thinking. We didn't mean critical thinking of the media coming in, putting on your ideas, no. We meant the critical thinking of yourself, sitting down and think about everything. Then being famous, hard work, people have become famous not via the media. You want to tell me your LC in your area has become famous via the media, but everyone knows your LC. Everyone knows the chairperson of your area, that so and so's father is the chairman, so and so's father is the LOC, not via the media, but through what that person has done. We've not seen role models just because they are on the media. We've seen people for what they are doing that has influenced us, the youth, via these two genders. We are seeing men doing this, women are also doing this. So we have come here to show that not only media is representing these different genders in different ways, but there are also other factors. Because the world has become a global village. No one wants to go back to those old days where media was not existing, but it has just come to a lesser extent to support what has already been put on board. So then I urge that you please try to understand this. Media itself stands out on the Teen Usage Status 2024, and it says there is no simple cause between media usage and the harmful gender perceptions through it. That shows that media itself shows, because our friends were talking about the negative side of it and the other positive side of it. But media itself says it has no connection between those two things. So I don't see why someone comes up and tells us so and so's dressing. We love people for what they do, the good things they do. No one will ever love someone because of the bad things you do. If Shiba is dressing poorly, there are people who are going to love her because she does her charity work. Because you'll never see Shiba going for charity when she's not well dressed. She's not in her short things. But there are also, fine, we believe there are people who will accept her for what she is with her dressing code, but it's not a fact. I rest my case.
Right. Thank you very, very much.
You still remain 3.1 IUFM. And today we are in the first edition of the IUFM Secondary Schools Debate Competition, the first edition of 2024. And the first competitors have completed. That was Hamdan Girls High School versus Bilal Islamic High School. At this time, we've come to the end of the first competition, and I want to give the judges the time to announce to us the results. For us, the winner. All of us are winners. All of us are winners. We should become Judge Godfrey, are you ready? Yeah, please come. And I want to say all of us are winners. There will always be number one and number two. And there will always be a winner, but all of us are winners. Thank you.
Thank you very much, the organizers of this very great competition, and you all, the community out there listening to this debate and seeing how young people present their ideas. I think it is really, really interesting. Few comments, we already guided the debate. The resolution, I think that I did not participate in setting the resolution, but I think this resolution was one or the other a little complex. Does media representation influence gender perception among the youths? I liked the debate, and given the cow paper format, I think not 100% there. I think as we continue with the debates, we'll be giving you a few remarks to see that you people get there with cow paper. Cow paper is very simple. 3 speakers. Speaker number 1 must go far beyond to explain to us what actually they stand for. So I expected you, the affirmatives, speaker number 1, entirely winning this debate lies on the first speaker. So speaker number 1, you should come and present to us your case. For instance, if we are saying one of the resolutions that I've debated for on a long time has been HIV/AIDS testing be made compulsory. If I am the affirmative and I'm saying HIV/AIDS testing be made compulsory, what is my case? Yes, we want HIV/AIDS testing to be made compulsory. What is my case as the affirmative? So we want you to always present your case. What is your case? Yes, we want HIV/AIDS testing to be made compulsory, maybe in Uganda. Why are we making HIV/AIDS testing? Because we have maybe people who are dying, not necessarily they do not know their status. Maybe we're trying to say, yes, we don't know exactly what the rates stand for. So present your case and take time to present your case as the first speaker. So we use this to evaluate who takes the debate. So always insist, let the first speaker. So the affirmative speaker, you came in, you briefly just defined the words. You know, there is a gentleman, I've read his articles for a long period of time, he's called Paul Bagal. He says defining the terms of the debate generally dictates who is going to win the debate. But you have to go far extra mile to interpret. Defining is different from interpretation. So you people did the definition very well. You told us gender, you told us media representation, but you did not define for us this resolution. We want a person following this motion out there listening. Maybe they're in their offices, they're somewhere, maybe doing their business. We want them to understand. We're talking about media representation. What is media representation? But when you define for us media, then you also define for us representation. You don't really get to the debate itself. So you must tell us, what is media representation? We're speaking about influence. Can you explain to the people out there to understand how the media representation influences gender perception? And I think this was the biggest word in this resolution. After media representation. You people did not define that as the affirmatives. And you see, you people had upper chances, you know, by the set. You know, for me, when I see the resolution, I have been debating for a long period of time. But whenever we went for a debate and I only saw a resolution, I would know this one, we're going to take it. So at the face of it, seeing this resolution, even without you people facing this school, it is a sure deal for you, a sure win. So we'll see what happens. Now you the affirmative, the negators. Well, speaker one, you did a great job. I think you came and defined. You defined. I was also afraid that you're not going to interpret. So after doing the definition, you went and interpreted for us. You helped us understand that you're only not speaking about media representation as something that has contributed or influenced to gender, rather to community. So you people were debating a different resolution. You are actually not debating this resolution. For your resolution was, you're saying media has helped us, maybe has helped the youth, it has helped the community, you know, it has influenced so many things. Yes, us.
What was the
You
meaning
get the
of
point.
us?
But the author or the person behind this resolution put gender perception as a very big context in this. So this resolution actually needed what we call a contextual approach, whereby you must interpret for us the resolution by giving us a critical challenge of the foundation of the case. So first speaker, you went ahead and the first affirmative, you went ahead and gave us the points, or for us we call them arguments. You went just after defining a few words, you went and gave us, don't you focus on helping us understand. If you speak about, for instance, the resolution that I was giving in point, we want to give you this so that you improve in the next debate. HIV/AIDS testing should be made compulsory. Tell the person following the debate, what is this HIV/AIDS? The knowledge. Give us the context. We're saying the testing. Yes, the testing. What are we going to do about the testing? Should be made compulsory. Yes, compulsory. What do you mean by exactly being compulsory? So define, go level. What are you going to do to make this project or this approach that you're bringing in, the HIV/AIDS testing? What are you going to do about it to make it compulsory? You're the government. You're the government, you're the affirmatives. You're bringing a policy. You're arguing something. If it's this, sometimes there is policy debate, then there is value debate. So purely the first speakers, you should really point up to that. Now, second speaker, yours is a very simple role. Second speakers from either side, you just come and tell us your arguments. What do you stand for? If we're saying HIV/AIDS testing should be made compulsory, why are we doing this? Just for you, tell us your points. Interpret. I liked the affirmatives. You people had good evidence. You had so many practical, you kept giving us the pictures to illustrate how media representation has benefited or has influenced the youths, but not on the gender perception. So I liked the evidence. It really would do you great if you put this word in play. I don't want to comment a lot. Maybe let me say two things, then Madam will come and give you the marks. Cross-examination is very key in a debate. Gentlemen, I would say this lady tease you around. You know, you're not allowed to be teased in cross-examination. If someone asks, yes, of course when I'm cross-examining you, I can ask you, did you say that media representation has influenced gender perception? I can dictate and tell you, say yes or no. So of course you're supposed to say yes, but if you find a stubborn debater like I am, I cannot really say yes or no. There is a better way I will approach it. So it's a competition. Don't allow anyone to scare you down. You get the point? So I liked, there is a question I think they asked that lady. You know, I've been I think for the last 10 years, I've been doing debate and judging. They asked you a question, I think you did not know the answer, but I liked how she replied it. You get the point? So when you're debating, do not show the other team that they asked her, I think, about stereotypes. Then she said, yes, my first speaker already explained. And that's a good answer, really. You know. But of course, for us, the judges, we shall always tell that you're dodging out. I think these people a little gave, I liked your case. I liked I don't know what the marks the judge, the madam has, but I liked the opposition, or rather the negative case. Now the first speaker, like I said, in cow paper, the first speaker determines who is going to win the debate. Now this young lady comes and says, well, we agree that media representation has influenced gender perception among the youth. This debate was more of a question frame. Maybe I'll guide the team that is organizing this on the next topics, how to frame the next topics. Because if you found a very tough, if you found people who understand the cow paper at a high level, both teams, you'll find it hard to judge, especially this resolution. I think I'll guide in the next resolutions how to frame up. But I like this lady, she comes and says, she agrees and says, yes, for us, media representation has influenced the gender perception among the youths, but to a small extent. She gives, you see, in a debate, you can agree. Not you can agree to another extent, or you can beat them to their own game. For instance, these people come and say, but to a smaller extent. Maybe they would say we would give them, you said 93. The only problem, instead of saying 93%, you said 93 degrees. Yeah, of course, I noted that, but I understood what you exactly meant. Now, you can agree. And I think you must understand what to call a parameter. This is what we call a debate motion parameter. These people come and say that they agree to a little bit. For instance, if I was debating this resolution, HIV/AIDS testing should be made compulsory in this country. You can set a parameter for the debate and say, we cannot test, to be practical, we cannot test everyone in this country. One, the government does not have money even to pay to increase the salaries of the current people in government. But when you're increasing testing, that means you're going to pay more health workers. Where are you going to get the money? We don't have a budget that we're operating effectively and efficiently. So you can come and say, yes, we accept that we're going to do compulsory testing. But we can begin with, first of all, that maybe people from below 18 years, or you can say, since the rates in Uganda show that people from 25 or maybe to about 40 are dying, let's begin with that range. You see, you agree at a certain level. For us, the judges, we shall always tell. I like the debate. You need to just get up this cross-examination. Just understand the art of cross-examination. Come and ask. Don't ask obvious things. Some of you come and ask an obvious question. Did you say this? Yes. It doesn't make, that's why I watched this lady. She kept on looking at me when she was presenting. Look at the judges. Actually, you people, you did not give me any hard time to write. Whenever I wanted to write, I was following something on the phone. Why? Already you were off, the motion. So I couldn't do a lot of writing, So look at the judge. Whatever is the judge writing, pay attention. So you kept on looking at me, but is he really taking note of what I'm writing? So those are some of the things, the mode of presentation. So, but I know as you go in the tournament, you'll keep on understanding these things. So cross-examination, get the art. Don't ask something obvious. You get the point? Ask something that is going to show the judges that you people are in error. You get the point? I can come here and ask you something and frustrate you. You get the point? So when you have the prep time, use it, carefully use it very well so that you are at the top of the game. I like the debate. It's been a nice, you people were orderly, you were organized, you gave respect to one another. So we really encourage that you get up to the top of the game. So thank you very much. I will now invite my colleague judge, Madam Shakira, to come and read to you how you people your results, of course, for the debate. Then she will also announce that you are the best speaker in this tournament. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I think the theme is starting with the judges, because you see us, we have tried to balance the gender, and you have the answers here. This is media, and we are two, male and female. You have the answers before you. We even evidence ourselves. So, but I would like, before I announce, I hope we don't have people who faint here. Please take some water. Take some water. So, Abro is going to faint because we didn't come with the nurse. Okay, so okay. Okay, so just a little reminder before I can announce. Please go back to the theme. I don't know if you were given the theme. Please go back to the theme and get to understand the theme first before you can come to the motion. Strength in diversity, celebrating the brilliancy of every girl and boy child. I hope you noticed that this resolution was not about women. I hope you noticed that it was not about women. It was about men and women. So whoever understood that one, I hope you know that I've won or I've lost. But don't worry, we have the best loser. Yes, we have the best loser, and we have a school that is going to match the best loser. So if you have lost, you have a chance of rejoining this competition. Okay? So you just have to go back and strategize again and pray that you appear as the best loser. Because by the time you come, you're not coming from scratch. You know your mistake. You know what you did wrong. So you're even in a higher position to win the other team that has not come in the competition before. Okay, so I'll go to the marks. The debate was free and fair. And these marks came with a combination of things. We told you we're marking 3 things. That is the content, the interpretation, the expression, and okay. There's a very small difference between the two. Between the two teams, we have the affirmers. First, they have a 50.2% of this debate. I hope you know where each of you went wrong. Okay?
Yeah.
And then we have the negators with a 67.0%. And our best speaker today was the first negator. She's a female. Her name, yes, she's Kawahuma Sherry Sherifa. A big hand clap. This debate was so like I said in the beginning, that let the best win. Bilal Islamic, you have a chance of coming in this competition if you go back and strategize. Thank you so much.
And thank you, our judges. As I said, all of us are winners. Of course, the debate was so tense, and I saw at the moment of announcing the results, I saw pressure trying to raise. However, I want to congratulate all of you, the winners, of course, the first winners, and the first losers. And they've told you you have another chance. Just go back and prepare, because we have another school that the best winner will have, the best loser. I don't know how it comes. The best loser. The best loser will be versing that particular school. So we have 17 teams. We only want one winner. And I know at the end of it all, we'll be able to get that winner. Thank you very much. I want to thank the patrons. I want to thank the schools for having accepted to send your students to IU, but particularly at IUFM, to come and take part in this debate. We don't take that for granted. We thank you very much, but also thank our students. Thank you very much for taking on the mantle. It is not always easy to come and accept, talk to the very big audience that is outside there listening to you. I also want to thank our fans, our listeners outside there that are listening to IUFM. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll come back at 2. Assalamu alaikum. It's already 2. Sorry, we'll come back later for the next for the next competitors. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. And I want to announce the next teams before we go. The next team is Wanale View High School. We'll be versing Barry Comprehensive High School. And the motion for those ones, we are going now to be looking at economics, economic diversity. Does economic diversity in a classroom enhance the learning experience for all students? That is our next motion. Wanale View High School will be versing Barry Comprehensive. Tell us what we know about gender equality in sports. You can sit.
Thank you. As the saying goes, it is not easy to see a toad running through the day, but when you see it running, just know that it is after something. My charming fidelity goes to all of you, and I'm here to propose the resolution that says that should sports teams be called to promote gender equality and define manage this chicken and egg situation, allow me to define the key terms. I talk of sports. This refers to being aware of one's talent.
Just come and stand here. Those cameramen men are disturbing me. So use this one, I will use this one.
Code. This refers to something being used. Then gender equality refers to having the same rights, both male and female. Allow me now manage this chicken and egg situation. First but foremost, I would like
Don't shake that body.
First but foremost, I would like to talk about breaking stereotypes. Code Sports has provided a platform through which there has been religion incompetences and also breaking stereotypes, thus promoting gender equality. Second, I talk of equal opportunities. Code Sports has promoted equal opportunities both to boys and girls, since they both be together and they have the same opportunities and they are always together and always do the same things, which promotes unity among them. Thirdly, I talk of skill development. For example, if a girl like me, for example, if I don't have a skill and a friend of mine, a boy who has a skill, he can still teach me that skill, thus making me also develop my skills. There is also mentorship and also role models. Some people have also loved sports because of their role models, or have also been influenced like into sports activities due to the gender equality. For example, Dorcas Izukuru, who won a sports medal, and also Kiprotich of Kapchora, who has always been winning. Those were the only points I had, and in conclusion, I would like to summarize them. I talked of breaking stereotypes, providing equal opportunities, skill development, mentorship, and role models. Allow me in there.
Okay, thank you. You said you're Madame Vanessa
Yes.
Abuti. Would you first of all break for us down what gender equality is? And then you tell us the correlation between gender equality and sports. Why would someone outside their care, whether his or her son or daughter, should participate in any game within this country, for example?
Gender equality, this refers like sharing the same rights, like girls and boys all doing the same activities or accepting both sexes to participate in something. You're like, pardon?
Why would me, a parent, care if my son or daughter should really take part or participate in any game in the sports arena?
Well, sports are really so important really in our country, and it has really done a lot. You as a parent, like if you accept your child to participate in the sports, whether a girl or boy, it would rather be maybe you want your child to develop those talents, or you would maybe rather want your child to reach some other level in life.
Okay. Are you participating in any sports?
Yes,
Like which one?
I do volleyball.
You do very well.
Yes.
All right, thank you so much, Madam Vanessa Aguti, for those insights. Can we have another person?
Alright, thank you very much, our judges, for giving me this opportunity granted unto me to tell my fellows why should sports team be called to promote gender equality. I greet you all those ones tuning in, and these are my views about the revolution. We have breadth barriers. These sports have breadth barriers in the way that most girls and boys have been given opportunity to be given and to break the barrier of illiteracy. Many people today have been chased from illiteracy through sports. These sports have broken barriers in that some parents or some women in the community have been given a way of women empowerment, that they have been given these sports to preach unto those young girls that they can make it through the future. Thank you very much. Another one is empowerment of women. These sports have empowered women. These sports have opened the way for both women and men there who need to be ruled. For example, like a woman can come in and at least lead the people, lead the men through sports. For example, we see women and men being coaches. We see them being referees, and this gives us an open dream so that we can be the best in future in front there. Another one, cultural exchange. Most of you know that in Africa, albeit Uganda, our cultural tradition makes the women to be inferior, and through these sports it has enabled us to know what women can do and what men can do, and that they say that what men can do women cannot do. It's a very wrong thing. What men can do, even women as girls can make it, and through sports we have been given this opportunity to show that men that we can be someone, we can beat those people inside. And so this one has given us the equality that we need as we, both boys and girls. It has showed us that, be it the culture where they used to say that we are not allowed to eat chicken, girls, but for now through sports, if a man sees a woman playing cricket, playing netball, playing football, this really shows that even what this boy can play the bat and kick the ball, even a woman can kick the bat. Thank you very much. Another one is educational value. Sports has opened the door for education. For example, it has chased away street kids. Many people, we in Uganda, for example, is a great example of street kids. Be it Mbale district. If you move right now on the coordinates of Mbale district streets, you can really find a number of street children, be it girls and boys. But through sports, we have been given that opportunity to remove those children out there and they be some people in front.
I want to ask you, would you give us a relationship between gender and sports? For example, in the Ugandan context, looking at schools, in your school where you come from, for example, Wanale, would you contextualize it for us? The relationship between sports and gender. How is it like at Wanale?
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Moderator. Sports and gender equality, I'll make it like this. If we are having sports in school, and our school is both sexed, we have boys and girls. So if in our class we are both girls and boys. Remember, in sports we are allowed to do netball, football, volleyball, and both girls are allowed to participate. So if in our school we are both sexed, and then we gather together and make a team of both girls and boys, and at least make that game attractive, that we can play and show the boys that we are equal with them and we can make it perfect togetherness. Sports bring togetherness between boys and girls. For example, in single-sex school, there is that fear between a girl and a boy, whereby a girl finds it so hard to get close to a guy to get some close things to do. For example, be it when I am inferior in netball and there is a guy or a boy who can play very well netball, I can at least coordinate with that boy to get that skill that I would like to have.
Are there games that are particularly for a particular gender? That are destined for a particular gender?
No.
For example, we see netball. Particularly, I have not seen men that play
Men
netball.
play netball.
We have tournaments, for example?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, like? Alright. Netball can be played by boys. For example, let me be now, both our primary school, boys used to play netball. For example, even here in Mbale, if you go onto the tournaments taking place in Mbale district, you will find boys participating in netball. And not only netball, we have football and we have volleyball. We also have what they call rugby. And rugby is both played by boys and girls. So I think these sports bring in that audacity that we can make it even though we are both joined together.
Do you know when we started, for example, having gender inclusiveness in games like football? Then, for example, when we were growing up, we only knew football was for men, and even our sisters. When our father would find you playing football, it could be a tug of war, because they knew it was only netball that was made for the girls. Do you know, or are you aware of when football became a game of all gender?
Definitely, I can't tell that, but it's been long ago.
So you did not research on that. Okay, thank you. Please go on.
Okay, another thing is, my dear parents and my dear people who are growing up to be parents tomorrow, at least open the doors for these girls and boys to become some people in future. Because be it education can take you somewhere, but at times even these talents we have as we people can take us to the next level. Be it we have Dorcas in Zukuru, we have Kiprotich, they have been given that popularity not via their educational level, but via their talents. So we should put this clear that even talents can take us somewhere. So dear parents that are still following the traditional level of long ago, that is African ATS, my dear, please open the doors for your children to be at least at that level of popularity. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Madam Jacinta. Thank you, Madam Jacinta. Come here.
Yes, if it is there. Because if it was not there, you would see only ladies coming. But among the team, there is a man.
There's a man.
Yes.
Are you empowered?
Yes, I'm empowered.
Okay.
Yeah.
Please take the floor.
Yes. Our dear listeners outside there, we want to appreciate you for tuning in. My name is Okanya Emma, a student at Wanale Secondary School. I want to thank the IU for FM for preparing this program which is moving on. So we have been talking about how the sports teams should promote gender equality So I'm talking about sports. So sometimes some of us, when you go somewhere, you see they say this game is for girls, and some of girls also say that I can't be a footballer, and some boys say I can't be a netballer. But I'm telling you, these sports are so important in our lives. So first of all, gender equality in sports is very important because it promotes leadership If you look in Uganda, for example, I see this. It is very interesting. If you look at it, if you look at the minister of games and sports in Uganda is a lady. So if you see this, you see it has promoted Minister of Education, Games and Sports.
Okay.
Yes, he's she's Honorable Madam Janet Museveni, who is the Minister of Games and Sports. So you see this one through games and then equality, you see a woman is also a leader in what? In games. And if you do enough research, there may be someone who follows her is a man, but you forgive, I don't know the assistant.
He's Mr. Ogwang Patrick.
Mr. Ogwang Patrick is a man.
The Minister of State for Sports.
Yes, you see, if you look at it, there is both a man and a female. They're all in what? That means they are promoting gender equality in sports. Another thing, it has promoted personal growth. For example, financially. Through these games...
Sorry, it's Peter, not Patrick.
Yes?
Peter Ogwang.
Yeah, it's Peter Ogwang. So if you see this, another point you see, it has promoted personal growth. For example, you see some people who are from nothing, like those people who have skills in playing football, netball, that right now they're employed. You see them, someone who had nothing, who had like no money, but through engaging in this sports activity, we see men and ladies, when they engage in sports, there is personal growth in financial way. We see them getting money. Some of them, you'll be surprised, like there are some Ugandan footballers. Through football and netball, you see them, most of them have got money. You see them that build houses.
So why then should I take my son or daughter to school? Why shouldn't I take him or her to an academy and learn? Because if you're telling us that the sports, people are earning out of sports, why should I take my son to a particular school, to a university, and not to an academy?
Okay.
A sports academy.
So the reason, this one I can say this, if you get in a school, you'll be surprised that not everyone who is in class is understanding what teachers are teaching. But you'll be surprised that child, even if he's not wise in class, but if he has a talent in football, you'll be surprised that God may use this person through the games activities. You see him getting employment opportunities like footballers. You see them going to another levels. You see them getting money. And you'll be surprised.
The question is there a correlation between me taking my son to school and then him or her, my son getting into the sports arena? You as a student, have you gotten chances of participating in sports because you are in school? And then are there people that haven't gone to school but they are also in the sports academy, in the sports arena? They earning out of sports even when they are not going to school. There are those that are earning out of sports, but they are also going to school. That's my question.
That's true. There are some people outside there that have never gone to school, but they have a talent in football, netball, in all sports activities. So these people, like some of us, if you see schools when they have a competition, they're going for football, you'll be surprised that some schools which you go and buy those people to go and participate in football. But when they're buying them, that means they're giving them what? Money. And another thing, if you go in most of the schools, you'll be surprised that some students who are at school studying, but where someone who is providing them school fees is providing them school fees because they have a talent in football, in netball. So we see some of them that are at school, but where they're getting school fees, their school fees is coming from what? Their talents from football. And some people who are not at school, they're getting money. This talent, this post is promoting them, they're getting jobs, even if they're not going to school.
Do you have a football team at Wanale?
Yes, at Wanale have a football team.
Netball team?
We have.
Volleyball team?
We have.
Do these teams have both the female and males?
Yes, it has.
Which one of the two, of those other teams do you participate in?
like mainly I like football because I participate in football.
Why don't you participate in netball? Because you're talking of, yes, it is gender equality.
Even if
Are there other boys that participate in netball at Wanale?
yes, there are many boys
There
who
are
like netball.
Netball.
Yes.
And you, why aren't you participating? Because you are agitating for equality in sports. And then for you, you've shunned away from it.
Okay, it is like this. If you'll be surprised when you go for football. When I'm playing football, doesn't mean I'm the only boy playing football.
Sure.
You'll be surprised you see girls also playing what? Football.
I was going to ask you that question.
Yes. So you see, girls are playing football. I'm also playing football. If this side my fellow boys are playing netball, you'll be surprised other girls also playing netball.
You're not telling me that you're not talented in the netball arena, right?
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Let's go on.
Yeah. So another thing, these sports, most people have acquired skills. We right now have celebrities in Uganda, the whole world, because they have acquired skills in what? Football. It is like, for example, if some of us people were in Bali, if this someone is playing football like this, you will see this person when he engage in different games, like engage in different competition like football. What you'll be surprised this person will acquire skills. This skill will make you be surprised through football. Like some of us in Uganda, we don't know this man called Bukayo Saka who is in Arsenal. We don't know him. But through football, through his talent, through sports, right now most of us we know him. We know him. So it through that skill of sports, most people that become celebrities. And another thing, it also promoted social integration. So if you look at this, you see most people from through these sports activities, you'll be surprised that some people who come from different places, they come like social, they are coming together, engaging in this sports. You'll be surprised when girls are going to play football, boys are also going to play. You'll be surprised they bring these people together.
How does that gender aspect, the male-female aspect of it, how does it affect sports? And I want to be very specific at Wanale, or even in Bali, where your school is located. How does that gender effect, the boy, girl, male, female, affect sports?
Like, for example, it can affect it positively. So let me talk about positive side. When girls are playing football together with boys. So you'll be surprised when a girl is playing football together with a boy, it creates that assertiveness in a girl. Because we have seen some girls right now.
Doesn't it make her feel like she's also a boy?
No. Like we have many girls, they move with boys, they play football with boys, but what they know, they just take boys like their brothers. Like these girls who don't engage in sports with boys. That's why you see most girls, they get some boys, they come to them, deceiving them, they're easily taken. But if this girl is engaging in sports with the boys, it is not easy. This girl will change her mind. Yes? So that means this girl will take these brothers and sisters, they will move together. And I know and sometimes it also creates security for them, for girls. For example, when this girl is moving with the boys, there are some of them who are not educated, who use that opportunity to go maybe to con the girls, to change like some girls they're at schools. But we separate, those boys may come to change, like lying them, that they promise them that they will marry them, what and what. But if these boys maybe come when they discover that this girl is moving with these boys, they will fear them. So that means the girl gets security. Yes.
Is that all?
And another thing, this same issue, like a girl and a boy, in a negative side, what I see from there, I think there's no any any impact, any bad effect from those
There's
sides.
no bad thing
There's no
about
bad thing about that.
gender
Yeah.
equality within the sports.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much.
Okay.
Is that all?
And oh,
you look as if you're done, and until I remind you that there's something else you need to talk.
okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I was saying, one of my friends talked about this issue of breaking barriers. Like some people, we say that thing is so important. Like because when he say that some people like they drop out of schools, they even their parents they didn't see any future in them. But through these sports, you'll be surprised. Someone who is not educated, through sports, there is somewhere it's heading. You see people getting money, people working, people sitting with like for example, last time when you heard about Protege, this one from Captura, he was from nothing, but if you'll be surprised that he's sitting with the president, that most of us who are here, we are talented, we are educated, but we never got a chance to sit with the president. So if you look at this, I want to say that sports is so important for both girls and boys. And I want to tell girls who are there, please, if you know how to play football, don't be afraid. Say maybe I'm scared of girls. I'm scared of these boys. I'm doing what? But I want to encourage you in those activities. You may lack knowledge in studies, but if you have a talent in these games, you reach at a certain level. You get money. You get job opportunities. You move countries.
You'll be famous.
You be famous.
Become a celeb.
Yeah, you become a slave.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Welcome.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr.
Okanya Emma.
Emmanuel.
Yes.
Okanya. Yes. Well, right. You're still on 93.1 IUIFM. It's 21 minutes past the hour of 3. And I want to remind you that you are in the high school debate, the 2024 IUIFM edition, the first of its kind. Okay, from the other side, is there anyone that has something that he or she, there is no gender equality that side? Because as I said, then football was for men. Today football is for both. Should men be concerned?
Alright, first, thank you for the opportunity granted. My name is Kibone Amina.
Please use the microphone. Speak louder.
My name is Kibone Amina, and I'll answer the question that posed to me. They shouldn't take it as a matter of concern, but as firstly I'll take it to the Bible. When God created, He created us in the same image, and we were to have the same rights. So as for men, you should be proud to allow women also take equal rights. It shouldn't be a matter of concern, but you should actually be privileged to also have ladies take up positions in sports. And I had a point to put in. It is promoting fair play. When sports teams, when they are called to promote gender balance through promoting fair play, in a way that when women and men are engaged in a match, if the women are to win, it's a must that to win. If the men are to win the match, it's a must they have to win. So in that way, sports have promoted gender equality, and that is all I had.
Thank you. You said your name is?
Kiwane Amina.
Anna. Kiwane. Thank you very much. Is there anyone else? Okay, thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, for turning up for this debate. Those listening to us outside there, you are on IUIFM debate, the high school debate, and you've been having students of Wanale View secondary school
able to appear. I don't know
what you're going to do about that, but I think we should think of something, okay? Because this is quite disorganizing. About this presentation, I would like to apologize about what I'm going to say, but it is constructive. If this debate was to happen as a debate, I'm starting to doubt if you were going to win this competition. Honestly speaking, not in bad faith, but this is giving a constructive comment. So that next time when you're coming in the competition, you know what to do. I feel schools need to do something about debating. Yeah, because students seem to appear having no knowledge about the debates. The topic may be understandable, but how to come up with an argument about the resolution they have been given. Like the speakers, it's good enough that you didn't have cross-examiners, you didn't have the other party. Otherwise, you would have lost the debate. Because I think we didn't play our roles, especially the first speaker. The first speaker plays a very big role in this debate. That is why if you're to give the best, if you're supposed to come up with the first speaker, it has to be one of the best speakers amongst you. Because what I've noticed is that you were explaining this resolution without connecting it. Okay, you didn't connect, and I noticed that somehow you were going off from the resolution. Okay, and whichever point you're going to give, make sure that you're referring it back to the resolution. The first speaker, I didn't hear you explain the resolution, sincerely. I just heard you talk. The resolution is about sports teams, and then code, and then gender equality. You hinted on the words, but you didn't explain them, you didn't define them. Then you went ahead to give in the points. One amongst your roles is to explain this resolution. You're supposed to explain sports teams. If sports, what do you mean? You list the sports that you know. You don't have statistics. You just can't come like that without any evidence. See how you are. You don't have any kind of evidence. Now, even if you were the judge, sincerely, how can you take through a team like that? That doesn't have any form, no verbal evidence, no practical evidence. We have teams that you could mention and people know. You mentioned Uganda Cranes, even that was hard for you to mention. The She Cranes, even that one was hard for you to mention. Sincerely, even if you were the judge, try, if the other team was there, how many marks would you give yourself? Sincerely, no evidence at all. You just kept mentioning Keeper Tish and I think someone. You're supposed to tell us, you know? So, the first speaker, please. I don't know how you're supposed to go back and know your roles. Your role is not to primarily come and explain the points. You have to give a standpoint, you have to build a case, you know? And then the second one, you just explain a few points like two. You outline them, explain like two. When she comes, she's going to explain the rest. That is her role, the second one. You came and explained everything and you forgot your own role. You were doing the other one's role. You know? So, please, when you go back, the team that you may be going to have Hamdan won this competition in the afternoon. That is the person that is the team you may be versing in the next competition. And I don't know how you're going to do that. when you basically have no idea. You know, you're supposed to be taken through. I don't know how madam is going to do that, but you're supposed to. This competition is easy, okay? And the rest of you have to know. You have to know what to do, okay? I expected a more, I don't want to say complicated, but a more advanced explanation of this resolution. I thought that maybe you're going to say sports teams should be called, as in boys should verse girls. If it is the football team of Uganda, for men it should verse that one of women. We see which one. I expected a more advanced explanation, not just saying now a team should have boys, another team should have girls, another team should have. No, that is something that is there. It has been there and we have seen. I expected you to say, okay, a team should have both boys and girls. Like if it is a football team, it should have 5 boys, maybe 4 girls. Oh, I expected something like that, but I didn't see it come. I don't know if you see what I'm talking about. I didn't see it come at all. What you're talking about is something that is existing. They wouldn't ask a question of something that is existing. Why would they ask if it is already in place? You have to think outside the box. Research. That is why you've come without anything. Because you didn't research. You people have phones. If you don't have phones, because some are boarding schools, madam has. Go to the HM and tell him, sir, we have a debate, we have a competition, we would like to. You have computer rooms. At your school, you don't have computers. Or you think computers, you only go there to research about things, about biology and what. You can go. You can ask for permission and say we have a debate, but we want to do a little research. And you're allowed to do that. Madam can give you her phone. You can go to anyone who has a phone. You research. You've gone through this competition because the other party didn't appear. Very comprehensive. Didn't appear, so you've gone through. But please know that there is a lot. For you have a very high chance to lose the next debate, and you have a very high chance to win the next debate if you prepare. Okay? So those are my comments, but I would like to see you win. Yeah, that is basically.
Okay. This should give you a lesson that you're going back. Next time you come back to Verse Hamdan Girls High School that has already gone through earlier in the day, you come when you march prepared for the debate. You take yourselves through the debating format, the Karl Popper format that you are using to debate. What does it require? I think I have a copy of what that debating format requires. I will send it to your patron, so that she takes you through the requirements of that debating format, and you are able to come back when you are properly prepared for the next debate. Is that very okay? Thank you, and I want to thank everyone outside there that is listening to IUIFM, that you've done us great. It is 9. Check. Okay, 36 minutes have passed the hour of 3 o'clock, and we want to call it a day. We'll meet tomorrow. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.